Paris, one of the world's major centres of finance, commerce, culture, fashion and food. And in my documenting of the decline of the great British high street, I thought it was only appropriate to head into mainland Europe and see what the state of some cities over there are like. And in a place like France where people do things very, very differently than we do in the United Kingdom, it'll be interesting to see if that fighting spirit has helped keep the streets alive. So let's get over there and see if the retail crisis has hit France. Welcome to Paris. And yeah, to another episode of The Death of the High Street. Although I don't know what the shape of retail is like over here, so maybe it's not the death of the High Street. It's going to be super interesting finally getting to another country, another major city. Because when I went to London last year, the end of last year, I was shocked by how much vacant, empty space there was. So I feel it's only right, I've done so many places in the UK, to come to another major city. So the way my videos work is I just walk around, wander around, and in any UK town or city, unless you're living under a rock and blissfully unaware, then you will, within a few minutes of any place, come across empty retail units, to-let signs, boarded up shops. So I've got no idea what I will find in France today, in Paris. Look at them wonderful Parisian apartments. So I've been walking for about 10 minutes now from my apartment, and that is the first, well, next to it, the other one might actually be closed for the day because the shutter's down, the only shop that I have seen that looks boarded up, that looks vacant. So far the centre of Paris seems to be doing better than England. Interesting. So that there's the second retail unit that's definitely empty, definitely nothing going on in it. So that's interesting to see. 2 so far. That's about 20 minutes in. Just before I came to Paris, someone said to me, "Oh, you're gonna hate it, it's just like London." And I don't like London that much. I've lived there for 5 years. I've made loads of videos about London. And I was just walking around thinking, you know what, this place is nothing like London. And then I see a Westfield. Westfield like they have in London. But it is beautiful. And as I said, I have lived in London for a long time. It's so much more aesthetically pleasing to look at, to be in. Oh, just look at this, it's well nice. Just a quick message from the sponsor of this video, Level 8 Cases. I didn't think that we could get the orangey yellow black wandering turnip combo any more iconic until I got sent these. Just look at them. I mean, it is the perfect addition to the Wandering Turnips travel kit. So the suitcase that I've been using recently was actually bought by my dad at a car boot sale in 1994. So it was about time for me to upgrade, and I couldn't be happier with these Level 8 cases. The quality of them is just absolutely unreal, and it just made travelling through the airport so easy every step of the way. They are so sturdy, the wheels of them, they move so smoothly. It just made the whole process so nice. These are designed so well. Not only is there loads of space, but it's compartmentalized really well, so everything's in order. It's not just a load of mess when you arrive at your destination. And obviously they come in the brilliant iconic Wandering Turnip colours, but there's a whole range on the website as well, so do go check them out if you're interested. The Wandering Turnip look is pretty much complete now, and it's all thanks to Level 8 Cases, so do go check them out. If you're interested, hit the link in the description below, use code TURNIP10 for 10% off. You won't regret it. These things will last you a lifetime. No matter where you're going, no matter how long it's going to take you to get there, no matter how much stuff you have to take, make it Level 8 Cases. These are going to keep you and your stuff safe no matter the journey. So inside that vinyl shop there, the guy said, yeah, vinyl is back just like in England. Okay, so there we go. Another empty one there, so that's the third one. And it is not jumping out to me like normally in the UK it does, which is really interesting to see. We'll keep wandering though, we're going to do a good few hours having a look around. But I think we should also make this video a bit of a cultural observations of a Yorkshireman in Paris, because, well, we don't know exactly how many empty retail units we'll find. No, that one looks full. So yeah, and my first one is probably why this city is doing a bit better. It's because more people just live in the centre. Look at this. So you got all these apartments, little flats, pretty much above every set of shops you walk past. Yeah, compared to UK towns and cities, they've done a much better way of building further up and then filling that space above with accommodation for people to live in. Literally everywhere you look are Parisian little flats, apartments, and it seems that this place has just got that everywhere. So what does that mean? It means that people are still living in the city. It means that that community still exists. You're not living in these suburbs out like in London. I'm sure there are still them all around Paris. However, it does seem there's so many flats here, keeping people central, keeping shops open. My second cultural observation of a Yorkshireman came from when I was picking up this bit of bag. Bit of tasty baguette. Oh, here we go. So that, Alouer, that must mean to let. So yeah, Alouer, that's what we need to look out for. That sign, that's the first Alouer sign I've seen. And I found that when getting this. So we've got another one here. Ah, and here we go, the first boarded up shop I've seen in Paris. So just as I was about to say, France seems to be, or Paris, seems to be entirely bucking the trend. I did come across that street there that does look like probably 50% vacant there. Loads of that Alouer signs. Another one over here. Still lots of nice shops open, but I'd say, yeah, probably 50, 40%, yeah, 40% maybe. Got one there. Alouer. Sorry, I got distracted from my story about the baguette with all those empty shops, but yeah, the point being, I love it in France that they don't just speak English. They don't just pander to our inability to learn another language. And I find that just a tiny bit of the language learned, je ne parle pas bien français. I don't speak French very well. Helps so much. Then you have a bit of fun with them, at least you're trying, and they like that. And we got a row here. Look at this, entire row here, empty. Yeah, so a lot on these back streets that are not on the tourist main belt, you could call it. There's no cafes outside here. Must just get that less footfall. But what you do still have is all that accommodation above it. Then looks like down here we're getting back to another busy bit where I assume everything will still be open. It's been interesting to see those busy bits doing so well. And like you compare it to Covent Garden, so many empty retail units there. The side streets, you kind of expect it. To be honest, France in general, Paris in general, I expected there to be bit more so far anyway from what I've seen. You can kind of just go off, where does Amazon have a strong base? Where has Amazon.fr been set up for a long time? Once those networks are in place with that giant company, retail will fall. Amazon's been pretty dominant in France for quite a while now. And look, here we go. If there's empty shops, the wandering turnip will sniff them out. Tell you what though, I'm having a lovely time in Paris. Few empty shops ain't gonna stop that. In fact, do you know what? Nowhere I've been, and I've travelled all around the UK looking at the decline of retail, and I've had a great time in, actually no, there's one place I haven't, but in every place bar one, I've had a great time whilst visiting. Of course, my focus is empty retail units, but I've still managed to explore the places, had fun, try out food, meet people. It's been absolutely great, bar Slough. Slough is the one place that I'd be very happy to not return to. But every other place, yeah, retail is disappearing, but that doesn't mean the city's completely out. You can still have a great time. Don't just go off my stuff, go yourself, explore them. My focus is the empty retail and I can still have fun. I'm sure you still can have fun in cities and towns as well. Lots and lots of bookshops, which is ace. Loads of them with books outside. There we go. Couple of boards there. That's what I'm used to in the UK. I think Paris is doing a good job as well of making the places, even those streets that are empty where there's a lot less shops, making the entire street still seem lived in with the apartments above, other things. And I guess what we've done in a lot of places in the UK is we turned all the upper floors of the buildings into office space. And then what did we do? We then said everyone could work from home, so the office space upstairs became all empty. The shops downstairs are empty. You're just left with these deserted streets, just so much empty space. That doesn't feel like the case here in France at all. I mean, I've not seen anywhere that above looks like offices. It literally all looks like this. Ah, that's a lovely bit of building, that, isn't it? Whee! I recognise that word. It's your fire trucks, innit? Oh, look at that. That's one of the only words that I do remember. Pompiers, firemen. Sweet. So as soon as I first saw that word, allouer, like I do in England when I see to let, they suddenly just start jumping out at you. Another thing as well, it seems to be much smaller units scattered around that are empty instead of like in England where you've got your Debenhams, your Wilkos, all those huge ones that span multiple buildings empty. This street is mega. Look at that up there. Look at how nice that is. And down as well, trees. Trees planted in a city. I love it. That's what we like. You've got to make people feel like they actually want to be in the city. Like, cities can be too, well, me personally anyway, I don't really like them. I find them too hectic, too busy, too much going on. So just putting some trees there does make it feel so much nicer. Well, yeah, there's some sort of march, parade going on down there, a lot of flags. Let's go see what they're marching for.
J'en ai marre de se faire baiser par les rois de l'intermédiaire, par tous ces gens-là qui nous créent sur le tour de la. Alors mon vieux, je vais t'en donner pour parler dans tes papiers. T'as vu la presse, il paraît nous.
Fuck it out! Alright, so I've inadvertently got involved in some sort of march. Now I think what's something you should never do in life is get involved in a march that you have no idea what it's for. I might have been marching for anything there. So, CGT Paris. I need to find out what that is, because I could have just got involved in some shit.
To open every day, to open every section for the babies, and so many things.
Many things.
Yes.
Great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So yeah, I got chatting to that woman who was part of the protest, and I couldn't quite work out what she was saying. It was something to do with the Olympics and people being paid fairly surrounding that event, and then it seemed to be something to do with babies and then going into kindergarten. But yeah, so I think it was all good causes. I'm pretty sure what I've just got involved in was a good cause. If I end up on international news for being part of some heavy, outrageous protest, we might have some damage control to do. I'll just say I was press, you know, press photographers. You've seen that Civil War film? Press photographers can get away with anything. That's what I'm doing, I'm just press. No wonder the high street's doing better when you got people out there protesting like that with flares and stuff. Can you imagine it? We are in England too passive, aren't we, about anything. We just roll over and go, oh, tut tut, how did we let them get away with that? Oh, I will complain in my local paper about that. We need to be more like the French. They get shit done. Right, there we go. Couple of beers deep, feeling refreshed. Let's keep exploring, let's do it. Now you're probably wondering, what's the wandering turnip going to get up to for his time in Paris? He can't just spend the whole time looking at empty shops or trying to find empty shops. I have had to search for them and they have appeared, but there has been less than I thought there would be. I thought it would be more like London, and it's definitely not. There still is a lot, they still are there, however, it's not as bad as any city I have been to in the UK. But that's not all we're doing. My girlfriend's here as well, Eleanor, and one thing we've always wanted to do is go get a fondue. Now the issue is that Eleanor has a lactose intolerance, quite severely. Now she's assuring me that because the cheese is aged, or we assume the cheese will be aged, she will be fine. That to me sounds like the reasoning of a woman who wants to eat some cheese, and a lot of cheese. Look at this. Look what they got. They got a door handle shop. That is some lovely door handle there. Look at these. Solid. You've got your old-fashioned door handles, modern technology. You can see who's there. I'm not even joking, there was a time recently when I was having some real door handle trouble. I was going through 3-4 door handles a month, and I could have done with a shop like that. My local door handle supplier was dealing me dodgy ones, and that would have come in handy. That's a point to Paris. Look at this. Lovely bit of bush. Forget about the bush. What's this big long thing here? Standing proud and tall, just above the bush. Cultural observation number 5. Fucking hell. Zebra crossings don't work like they do in the UK. That's pointless. Absolutely pointless. How nice is this though? Look at this.
Hi, I'm here.
Oh yeah, I'd be down there with a couple of tinnies, maybe a ball to chuck around. Go on Paris. That's right in the centre as well, that's ace. Nice this. Just that please.
Should I cut it off? You're gonna use
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on straight away. My hair's doing my head in, mate. The hair's too long, I need a haircut. How's business?
Business is just like a heartbeat, you know, heartbeat up and down.
Up and down?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Do you pay business rates here?
Yes. Always the tax.
Is it a lot?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes. France is very difficult to business
Is it?
because you earn little and pay more.
Right, yeah.
You know, the tax level is too high.
Yeah.
That's why lots of French people don't like to do business.
Do they not?
believe in work.
Yeah, cover a lot of high streets in England.
Yes.
And this high street's a lot better than England. England's really bad. Paris is looking better than England does. Right, there we go. Got myself a snazzy Paris cap. My hair's gonna stop doing my head in now. Notra Dame, which is actually one of the most impressive bits of scaffolding in Europe. On this side, walking down the river to the Eiffel Tower, so many bookshops, little market style bookstores. I mean, hundreds of them. And then on the other side, it has looked busy until now, where there's one boarded up one there, but so busy down this thing. So many books. Maybe Parisian books are just better than English books. Must be that. Just got to outweigh the reality of if the thing purchased is worth the queue. So here we are, we've made it up the Eiffel Tower, and whilst that view is amazing, you know what was better? A couple of queue jumpers, yeah? Tried to push the queue from the start, didn't they? They did. Thought I might have got it on camera. They tried to jump about half hour's worth of queue. They got right in front of us, sent to the back. Now that view's good, but that was more satisfying. So look at that wonderful view. Look at how all the buildings look. And then you've got that there. And my buddy Jimmy the Giant pointed this out to me recently. He did a video on that building there that just looks so out of place. Wow. Well, that was a load of shite. Fuck. It's a classic case, yeah, of it looks better than it is. Like, you look at it and you get that wonder and you go, wow, that's incredible, can't wait to get up it. And you're up it, and it's literally, we've queued for about 3 hours. It's just a 3-hour queue with an occasional go, oh, look, a nice little view there. But then you're just queuing again. We made the mistake of going to the very top. I actually needed a piss the whole time. I saw it, I was like, get back down, next bit. Oh, it's like, you know when you order a massive pizza when you're pissed? You order a big doner pizza and you go, oh, this is going to be absolutely great. And then it takes ages to get there and you look at it and go, oh, that's going to be amazing. And then 2 bites in you go, well, this was a mistake. It was like that, but actually not as good. That was not as good as a doner pizza. The only good thing was, when I got down to the bottom, they found this little chimney. I wish I'd just stayed and looked at the little chimney. Jesus, Eiffel Tower, don't bother. Honestly, don't bother, just look at it. You have got to be a maniac to actually think that experience is fun. Right, I need a beer. What do you think of that, Eleanor? Good fun?
Horrible.
Well, we'll get on that.
Is this ours?
Yeah. Forget about the Eiffel Tower. We've got double-decker trains. Look at this. Wow. This is sick. Double-decker trains.
This is amazing.
I think that's a good place to end the video there, with me getting probably overly excited about a double-decker train. But yeah, what an interesting trip to Paris, exploring another major city's high street, and I honestly thought it was going to be worse than it was. I really did think there'd be a lot more. There was still a lot of shops, and I did find them, and that was just the centre. That was just me wandering around. It's a very big city. This video really is a direct comparison to my London one, where I was shocked by the very centre, the main areas, just how much empty retail units there were there. Whereas Paris, it's definitely not as bad. When you've got that many people just living directly above it in those Parisian apartments, even if it's just for holidaying, visits, it just means there's more people there, more people to come downstairs onto the streets and spend the money keeping businesses open. But the major takeaway from this trip was just how many bookshops I came across. Not just bookshops, but people selling books on the street, people reading everywhere, and it looked like interesting, old books that weren't being sold for a lot of money, and it was none of this drivel new age hooey that you buy at the airport in WH Smith's. It looked like interesting books. And well, if you've got that many books being sold on the street, it means one thing: that people are reading. Now, my high street videos going forward are going to be a little bit different because I had so much fun on my second Nottingham video. I'll link it at the end if you want to go watch it. But basically, this guy invited me there to walk round, and we went into the history of the place. We went into so much detail, and it was so much more fun to make for me, and I genuinely think it made such a good video. The feedback's been amazing. So going forward, if you'd like to show me around your city or town and you're up for being on camera, do get in touch with me. I'll put my email below. And I don't want my content to always just be about declining high streets. I want to look at the history of places, go into so many different factors that build up an area, a town or a city. So if you think you can be my tour guide, get in touch and let's make a video. Thank you so much for watching as always. Bye bye.